Chapter 3, Section 2, we start out solving for a variable. A formula is an equation that relates some items. How about an equation that uses variables? Equation that uses variables. And as we look at number 1, I'm guessing some of you probably remember what D, R, and T stand for. And that is distance equals rate times time. And we treat these just like numbers. Right here we're trying to solve for R, so we need to get rid of that T. That T is multiplied, so we divide both sides by T. And you end up with D over T equals R. Number 2, we're trying to get the T by itself, and there's a 2 in front of that. So we will divide both sides by 2, and you can write that two ways. 5 minus B over 2, or that is the same as 5 over 2 minus B over 2. Number 3, trying to get the C by itself. This one is a couple of steps. First, we have to get rid of the 32, and that becomes F minus 32 equals 9/5 C. And then to get rid of 9/5, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 5/9. And then you end up with 5/9 F minus 32 equals C. And some of you might recognize that as a Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion. Number 4, we're trying to get the H by itself. This is a 1/2. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2. And that becomes 2A equals B. Whoops, how about 2A equals BH? And then we want to get rid of the B, so we divide both sides by B, and you have 2A over B equals H. Number 5, we're trying to get rid of the I. Next to the I is a subtract GT. So to get rid of a subtract GT, we're going to add that whole thing, and then that becomes F plus GT equals I. Number 6, we have a slight issue. This is a divided by V. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by V, and then that becomes dV equals M. Those two things cancel. And I did that so that I could get the V on the top of the equation. And now we're going to divide both sides by D, and you are left with V equals M over D. Number 7, we need to first of all get rid of this divided by M. So the opposite of divide is multiplying. So we have MS equals W minus 10E. And then to get rid of that subtract 10E, you add 10E to both sides, and you have MS plus 10E equals W. Number 8, to get rid of 1 divided by 3, we're going to multiply both sides by 3, and that becomes 3v equals bh. We have a second day of solving these variables. First one, we're going to solve for t. To solve for t, we're going to cross multiply. st equals d, and then to get the s by it, or to get rid of the s, we will divide by that, and that becomes t equals d over s. Number 2, we're trying to get the w by itself. So this is length times width times height. I'm going to divide both sides by LH, and you will have v over LH equals w. Number 3, solving for y. First of all, I would subtract 5x from both sides, and that becomes 2y equals negative 5x plus 10. And from there, we divide everything by 2, and that becomes y equals negative 5x over 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Number 4, we are solving for f. So first I'm going to cross multiply, and you will have at equals f minus b. To get rid of that, subtract v. You add v to both sides, and that becomes at plus v equals f. Number 5, trying to get the f by itself. First, I need to get rid of that 5/9. To do that, I am going to multiply both sides by 9/5. So that will become 9/5 c equals f minus 32. And from there, you add 32 to both sides, and you have 9/5 c plus 32 equals f. Number 6, we're solving for a. Cross multiplying there, you have ap equals f. Trying to get the a by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by p, and you are left with a equals f over p. Number 7, we're trying to solve for p. We need to get rid of that squared, so we're going to square root both sides, and you have p equals square root of a to the 3rd. Number 8, solving for y, you are going to subtract 3x from both sides, and that becomes 4y equals negative 3x plus 12. And then you need to divide everything by 4, and you will have negative 3/4 x. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Number 9, this is going to take a couple steps. First, I'm going to cross multiply, and I will have 4 pi d squared b equals L. So I cross multiplied, and now I'm going to divide both sides by 4 pi b. And if I do that, the 4's cancel out, pi's cancel out, and the b's cancel out. And we will have d squared equals L over 4 pi b. And then to undo d squared, you square root both sides, and you have d equals L over 4 pi b. And I'm not sure if I said square root of L over 4 pi b. And number 10, solving for b, I am going to first of all subtract a squared from both sides, and that becomes b squared equals c squared minus a squared. And then to undo that, you take the square root, and you have c squared minus a squared.